In this first video, I'm going to show you some statistical sites that will be helpful for your paper. So if you go under Academics to the Library LRC, you'll find in the center a link for our study guide. So I want you to click on that. And under the subjects, we have Sociology. And I created a study guide just for your class, Soc 165. All right, I would use this site as a base when you're doing your research because I have a number of good sources pulled out from here that you can choose from, and I go over evaluating your sources, and we have a great APA guide to help you when you're ready to cite. Okay, so let's look at the statistical sites. I have a number pulled out here. A great deal of them involve the census. And these are helpful if you want to look historically at perhaps how families were, divorce rates, births, population, farmland, agriculture, you name it, health, how it has changed through time. These are all the official numbers from the census. So the first one, the 2012 Statistical Abstract, is a great resource. You'll see that there's this big red nasty block here. They actually stopped creating this. However, it's just stopped as of 2011, and since you're looking historically, I think this is still a great resource for this paper. I would focus over here on the right. They have population, income, births, deaths, labor force. There's also this great link, historical statistics. And there's a whole lot of great items in here. So for instance, let me take out marital status and population by sex. And this goes all the way back to the 1900 census up to 2002. This is the kind of information you might be able to find. I mean, we find out that there's 114 women divorced in 1900, 1,300 or so in 1950, and then 12,000 and some in 2002. So it's pretty fascinating to see that change in family. You'll find a whole lot more by delving into what is available here. All right, so the next link I have is American Fact Finder. Again, this is through the census. I linked you to the guided search. This is a lot easier because the census is so complex and there's so much information. This walks you step by step, asking you questions. So you answer and you go to the next level, and then you'll get the table and the information that you need in the end. So I think this is going to be the most helpful way for you to delve into the current census. Okay. The next one we have here is the Bureau of Labor Statistics. This is mostly useful for unemployment rates and hourly earnings. You'll see this little icon of a dinosaur, and that'll take you back in time for some historical information. Please note that in all of these cases, all of these sites, the information varies based on what they have or how far back they're going with the census. So sometimes you might only go back to the early 90s, other times it may go all the way back to 1900. All right. The next one is health. I think this one's really fun. This box right here in the center has different topics that you can search by. Poverty, your older population, health conditions, education, Black or African American population. Fascinating stuff. I honestly played around with this, got lost in it just in terms of I got fascinated by this table and that table and the next and lost track of time. So I think you're going to enjoy looking at all these statistics because they are that fascinating. And that's from the Center of Disease Control. We have the state fact sheets, and here you would just click on whatever state it is that is relevant to yourself. If I click on Maryland, this will give me information that's more of an agriculture nature because this is coming from the Department of Agriculture. So you'll get farming statistics as well as rural development. And showing up here that goes back to 1980, I don't know that it goes back further than 1980 or not. You would have to search through here. But again, this is really good information for rural living. Okay. And the last one here is Historical Census Browser, and you might get most of your information from this. However, it only goes up to 1960. So if you're looking for information that's much older from censuses, this is where you want to go. University of Virginia created this fantastic resource that goes back to 1790, and you can search all different categories within these different years. So feel free to play with this too. It's a lot of fun. If you have any questions with any of these sites or you find yourself getting lost and confused, feel free to email me through the course mail. I'm happy to help. And please watch the next video and I'll go over different sources that you can find of articles. Okay, thanks a lot.